I'd say the biggest thing with the flight, is the tanking evolutions, and that's something that we train for as much as we can if we have the support. So, it starts from getting initial training in the simulator as a young co-pilot, and then tanking with C-130 assets whenever they're available. So, out in Hawaii, it's a little bit more difficult because they have to come from Japan, but tanking is something that we've done for ever since it's in the initial training in the V-22, and we work our way up. I can say personally, for myself and a lot of the guys on the Transpac, we got very proficient at it on our last deployment because we were working closely with the C-130 Squadron. So at least once a week we would tank during the day or at night. So there would be some sort of tanking mission. So that was the training up to this point. Planning, it started a year ago before we even got to Hawaii, just seeing the feasibility of this. And obviously it's the largest, blue water ops that the Osprey has ever done. So kind of some of the apprehensions with it were any malfunctions over the water where there's no place to divert. So that was kind of, I guess some of the apprehensions. Planning started over a year before the flight, and then it finally got approved probably 3 months by the CG before we departed. And then detailed planning, I guess, started a few weeks before we departed with the C-130s. We went through several rehearsals on the departure out, the join up, and then obviously the aerial refueling evolution. Some of the problems that we encountered really were weather was a big one that we were thinking that we were going to encounter. We got pretty lucky except for the last leg from Guam to here. But as far as mechanical malfunctions or any issues with the aircraft were minimal, except for a few minor ones which we were able to deal with in the aircraft. Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing is that the aircraft is capable of doing this type of mission, flying those ranges, and it's just a comfort level thing. Whenever you do something that hasn't been done before, kind of setting the precedent for it is huge. So I think that's the biggest takeaway. The aircraft is capable of it. It was a comfortable flight. It wasn't the blue water ops wasn't anything scary. We didn't encounter anything that was out of the norm or anything like that. That was the biggest takeaway. The aircraft is capable. The crews are capable, and it can be done. Long-range flights are in the mission set of the Osprey. That's why the Marine Corps bought the plane. That's what it's good at. That's where the plane is comfortable, is flying around long distances like an airplane. So I think that idea was always in the back of people's heads that this flight and flights like this could be done. Long-range raids is kind of the bread and butter of the Osprey, of flying like an airplane and landing in a place where a helicopter can land. So I think the idea probably started at the start of this, when the Marine Corps bought the airplane. As far as this specific flight, I think when VMM 268 figured out we were going to be supporting MRF-D, the logistics of getting the planes down here and how we were going to do that via airlift or black bottom shipping, it just made more sense to fly the planes down here and prove the concept that we can do this. I think just displaying the global reach of the platform and of MAG 24 out in Hawaii, just showing that we can range the Pacific within a few days and bring the aircraft, bring the Marines, and bring the equipment that we need within just a few days, all the way from Hawaii. So I think it just shrinks the Pacific region for not only VMM, but basically the Marine Corps in general on the Pacific.